For years, the Detroit Pistons have been an afterthought in the NBA, a punchline, a team stuck in a seemingly endless rebuild where promising careers went to stagnate, or worse, fade into obscurity. They were the team you circled on your calendar as a guaranteed win, a franchise that became synonymous with futility, a name that conjured images of empty seats and dispirited players. They were anything but a threat. They were the free space on the NBA's bingo card. But something strange has been happening in the heart of Motown. What if, while everyone was laughing at them, mocking their misfortune, and writing them off, they were secretly building a monster? What if the consensus laughingstock of the league was quietly assembling the pieces of a powerhouse right under our very noses, constructing a machine of disciplined defense and explosive offense? What if the years of pain were not for nothing, but were instead the necessary fire to forge a new, unbreakable identity? Because the Detroit Pistons are not a fluke. They are not some feel-good story that's gonna fade by Christmas, destined to be a forgotten footnote by the time the playoffs roll around. They are the number one team in the Eastern Conference, a distinction earned through grit, skill, and an undeniable chemistry that has shocked the basketball world. They're a serious problem for the rest of the league. Today, we're gonna break down how they pulled off one of the most impressive and sudden turnarounds in recent memory, and lay out exactly why this blistering start is not an anomaly. It's the new standard. This is just the beginning. To truly grasp the seismic shockwave that this start has sent through the league, you have to remember where the Detroit Pistons have been. This isn't a team that was just one piece away. This is a franchise that has been trapped in the NBA's deepest, darkest basement, stuck in a torturous cycle of lottery picks, fleeting hope, and ultimately crushing, soul-crushing disappointment. For years, they've been the walking definition of irrelevant. Let's not mince words. The recent past was not just bad, it was historically abysmal. We are just 1 year removed from the 2023-24 season, a campaign that saw the Pistons etch their name in the record books for all the wrong reasons. They finished with the worst record in their entire franchise history at a miserable 14-68. But even that ghastly number fails to capture the full scope of the disaster. During that season, the Pistons endured the longest single-season losing streak in the history of the National Basketball Association, a staggering 28 consecutive losses. Night after night, the losses piled up. It became a national media spectacle. Each game was a countdown to infamy, with the Pistons carrying the weight of impending history on their shoulders. They became the subject of memes, late-night television jokes, and sympathetic, almost pitying analysis from commentators. The futility was palpable. The franchise that once prided itself on a tough, intimidating identity known as the Bad Boys was now a symbol of despair. That era of grit, championships, and swagger felt like a distant myth, a black and white film from another century, completely disconnected from the modern reality. This wasn't just a team losing games. It was a franchise losing its soul. They would occasionally flirt with mediocrity, maybe make the playoffs as an 8th seed, only to be violently reminded in a 4-game sweep that they didn't belong in the same arena as the true contenders. They even hold an active record for the most consecutive playoff losses, a streak of 14 straight defeats dating back to 2008. So coming into this season, the narrative was already written in stone. Most preseason predictions, if they mentioned the Pistons at all, pegged them as a fringe play-in team at best, another year of development, and moral victories. No one, and I mean no one, saw this coming. The consensus was that the Eastern Conference would be a battleground for teams like Cleveland or New York. The Pistons, once again, were an afterthought, a footnote in the grander story of the league. But then the season started, and the script that everyone had memorized was thrown directly into the shredder. The afterthought became the headline, the punchline became the powerhouse. As it stands, the Detroit Pistons hold a 9-2 record, placing them atop the entire Eastern Conference and first in the Central Division. This isn't some cute little winning streak built on a soft schedule or a string of lucky breaks. They've navigated a tough slate of games, facing down established contenders and emerging with impressive, statement-making wins. The numbers tell a story of complete and utter dominance on both ends of the floor. This isn't a team winning by the skin of their teeth. They are dismantling opponents offensively. They are a juggernaut, pouring in 118.0 points per game. But the real story, the bedrock foundation of this incredible start, is their suffocating defense. Opponents are managing to score just 112.7 points per game against them, and their defense ranks a formidable 6th in the league in opponent points per game. This is the key. This isn't a team that's just trying to outshoot its problems, hoping their shots fall while the other teams don't. They are imposing their will. They are suffocating opposing offenses, turning every possession into a struggle. You can see the frustration on the faces of opposing stars as passing lanes disappear, as easy looks at the rim are contested, and as the shot clock winds down, forcing a desperate, off-balance heave. They play with a physicality, an energy, and a collective purpose that calls back to that old bad boys Pistons identity, reincarnated for a new generation. This success is built on a sustainable model, the kind that front offices dream of. It's not based on a ridiculously hot shooting streak that is bound to cool off. It is tough, disciplined, top-tier defense coupled with an efficient, star-driven offense. This isn't a fluke, it's a formula. And right now, the Pistons are executing that formula better than almost anyone in the entire league. You cannot have a conversation about this radical Pistons transformation without starting with the man who makes it all go, Cade Cunningham. When Detroit drafted him with the number 1 overall pick, the hope was that he will one day develop into a franchise player, the cornerstone they could build around for a decade. This season, he hasn't just become a franchise player. He has detonated into a legitimate, undeniable, top-of-the-league superstar. The numbers are simply staggering. They are the kind of statistics you see from MVP candidates. Cade is averaging a breathtaking 27.5 points and a truly elite 9.9 assists per game. He isn't just putting up empty stats on a bad team anymore. He is the driving force behind the best team in the East. He has the ball on a string, manipulating entire defenses with a calm, calculated poise that defies his age. He plays at his own pace. Never rushed, never panicked, bending the game to his will. His performance is not just consistent, it's historic. In a recent overtime thriller against the Wizards, he delivered a masterpiece, becoming the first player in the grand history of the NBA to record at least 46 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists, and 5 steals in a single game. It was a complete performance, showcasing every facet of his genius. He's a true 3-level scorer who can get his own shot at will, blowing by his defender for a layup, pulling up for a silky smooth mid-range jumper, or creating space for a step-back 3. But his true genius, the quality that separates the great from the truly elite, lies in his uncanny ability to make everyone around him better. He is the offensive engine, the orchestrator who sees plays before they happen, and when the game is on the line, he is the closer. What we're witnessing is a superstar leap happening in real time, night after night. He's no longer just a promising young player with potential. He's a two-way force who sets the tone on both ends of the floor, taking on the toughest defensive assignments and then shouldering the offensive load. Every truly great team needs a number one option, a player who can take over a game in the fourth quarter and carry his team across the finish line. For the Detroit Pistons, that player has unequivocally and emphatically arrived. But as every student of the game knows, one guy can't do it alone in the NBA. A solo act can win you some games, but it takes a machine to win a championship. The secret to Detroit's meteoric rise is the brilliantly constructed roster around Cunningham. A seamless blend of developing youth, explosive athleticism, and intelligent, high IQ role players who perfectly complement his game. While other contenders were busy chasing big names and making blockbuster trades that gutted their depth, the Pistons front office chose a different, more patient path. Continuity. They trusted their draft picks. They believed in their player development program. And most importantly, they let their young core build real, tangible chemistry. It all starts with the defensive identity this team has forged. A hard-nosed mentality that begins in the paint and radiates outward. At the heart of it is the fearsome front court Jalen Duren has developed from a promising prospect into an absolute monster on the glass, gobbling up an average of 12.0 rebounds per game to go with over 19 efficient points. He is the interior presence that allows the perimeter defenders to be aggressive, a safety net who cleans up mistakes at the rim. He's a physical force, a relentless rim protector, and the anchor that holds the entire defensive scheme together. Then you have the human Swiss Army knife on the wing, Ausar Thompson. In just his second year, Thompson is proving to be one of the most versatile and disruptive wing defenders in the entire league. He is a chaos agent in the best possible way. He uses his incredible length, otherworldly athleticism, and brilliant instincts to blow up plays before they even start. He jumps passing lanes for easy transition dunks, rotates from the weak side for highlight reel blocks, and locks down the opponent's best scorer. His unique ability to seamlessly guard multiple positions, from point guards to power forwards, is the key that unlocks the Pistons' defensive versatility and makes them so formidable. This roster is full of players who understand and embrace their roles. Unlike the Pistons teams of the recent past, which were often a confusing jumble of mismatched parts. There is no confusion about the hierarchy here. Cade is the undeniable leader, and every other player excels in their specific job. Whether it's grabbing every rebound like their life depends on it, locking down the perimeter, or spacing the floor for Cade to operate. This cohesion, this unspoken understanding built over years of playing together, has given them a colossal advantage over star-laden teams still trying to figure out how to share one basketball. The level of detail in this team's construction and the synergy they display on the court is just incredible. And we're going to be tracking their journey all season long. If you're enjoying this breakdown and want more deep dives, the NBA's biggest surprises, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Now, back to the video. Context is absolutely crucial here. The Detroit Pistons' stunning rise to power isn't happening in a vacuum. It's happening at a fascinating moment in the league. A moment when the Eastern Conference is more unpredictable and more wide open than it's been in years. For the better part of a decade, the East always had clear, established titans at the top, dynasties and super teams that seemed destined for the finals before the season even began. This season, the entire landscape has been blown wide open. Some of the traditional powerhouses that were expected to run the conference are showing signs of vulnerability. Whether it's due to aging cores finally showing their wear, early season injury bugs, or struggles to integrate new pieces, the giants of the East are looking more human than ever. They're struggling to find their footing, dropping games they should win, and searching for the consistency that defined their previous campaigns. This has created a power vacuum at the top of the conference, leaving the door wide open for a new, hungry, and prepared contender to emerge from the pack. This is precisely where the Pistons' consistency and stability become their greatest weapon. While other teams are in flux, dealing with internal drama, or searching for an identity, the Pistons know exactly who they are. They have a clear, established identity built on defense and teamwork. They have a healthy and ascending superstar, and they have a deep, cohesive roster where every player knows their role. They are taking full advantage of the surrounding chaos, methodically racking up wins while their rivals try to sort themselves out. Their 9-2 record isn't just impressive on its own. It's a powerful statement of intent in a conference that is truly, completely up for grabs. For the first time in a very long time, the path to the NBA Finals through the East doesn't seem predetermined. It's there for the taking, and the Detroit Pistons are sprinting down it at full speed. So, after everything we've seen, we have to ask the ultimate question: are the Detroit Pistons for real? This is not a statistical anomaly. This is the glorious culmination of a deliberate multi-year build. It's the beautiful result of an organization preaching patience, surviving historically lean years, and never wavering from the plan. This is what happens when you hit a grand slam on a #1 draft pick and have the foresight to let him develop, even through injuries and tough losses, until he blossoms into a true superstar. It's the product of masterful drafting and development, assembling a supporting cast that fits together like a perfect puzzle. And it's the result of a clear, top-down organizational philosophy built on the foundational pillars of defensive toughness, chemistry, and offensive orchestration. For years, the Detroit Pistons were overlooked, underestimated, and disrespected. Those days are unequivocally over. They have graduated from a promising young team to an elite, bona fide force. They have the superstar power in Cade Cunningham. They have the ferocious defensive identity anchored by Jalen Duren and Orza Thompson. And they have the chemistry and depth that other teams can only envy. The rest of the league has been put on notice. The Detroit Pistons are no longer a rebuilding project. They are a powerhouse. They are the number one team in the East, and they are a serious problem for anyone who stands in their way. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Do you believe the Pistons are legitimate championship contenders? And who do you think is the second most important player on this team after Cade? Thanks for tuning in.